Yang berhormat, rakan baik saya, Paling Alfred Jabu, Yang berhormat Datuk Amar Morsidi, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian. When I think of invention, innovation, I think of Michael Faraday. I think of Thomas Alva Edison. I think of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and others who made a change in the world, who changed our way of life because of their inventiveness and innovation. Imagine what would happen if all the lights in this hall tutup? It will be dark. Then you will know and appreciate what a light bulb means. And who invented the light bulb? Thomas Alva Edison in the 18th century. When you pass a stream of electricity to some metal in a vacuum, you get a glow at the end of the inside the bulb. Or when the bulb is filled with certain gas, the gas will glow. That basically is what a light bulb is. If not, you will have kerosene lamp, you have gas lamp, you have minyak lala, pakai itu tempurung nyo, like in Japanese time and so on. The light bulb has changed the way we live and the way we do things. Enrico Fermi, Italian inventor, and the wireless. Imagine you want to talk to somebody who are miles away. In the old days, of course, they used smoke signals. Well, we don't use smoke signals anymore. And it gets worse when the wind comes and the signal got all bepuddled. The wireless, Enrico Fermi. The telephone, Graham Bell invented the phone. And the speaker, right in front of me now, basically it is an increase in vibration, in resonance. You know the guitar can make a loud sound because there is an empty volume in the body of the guitar, which adds therefore to the resonance. And basically that's what a microphone is, an increase in the resonance of the human voice. And who invented it? The same Graham Bell. What God hath wrought, and the first words that were ever said on the microphone. So if without this thing, can you imagine life without these things? Without the light bulb, without electricity, without all these things that we now take for granted until we lose it. Biar baru tahu. I am not saying that your inventions and innovation today will change the course of world history. No. We hope it will, but I don't think so. But it is enough that you fulfill your curiosity. There is a potential here in the human being that you can exploit to improve the way we live. Not only just things that are invented, but also systems. This potential arose because we are always curious. Human beings and the human species They are always curious. They want to know, they want to answer the question why, when, how, etc. Because of this curiosity, wanting to know things, how it works and so on, we manage to improve our way of life. Curiosity, inventiveness, these are the things. You compare us with birds. Birds have been making the same nest for the last few million years, never changed in the nest. Same old nest, 2 or 3 million years ago. But we have prepared our nest from leaves and so on to timber, to cement, to glass, etc., to skyscrapers and so on. I cannot think of any bird making a skyscraper. That is the thing that distinguishes us from other creatures of God. That spirit of curiosity, wanting to improve things, wanting to improve systems and so on, so that it will be more effective. Henry Ford invented the system of conveyor belts. Conveyor belt specialization in certain parts of cars. Can you imagine how many cars you can make with a hand? One by one car, one car, one car. But he invented the conveyor belt, which fastened the process of building cars and increased the number of vehicles on the road. Can you imagine nowadays a life without a computer? Nowadays, the iPad or iPod or what you call it is carried by everybody like it is part of your anatomy. Can we imagine life without that? Almost impossible. Thanks to Bill Gates, thanks to Steve Jobs and all those others. The idea of a computer, a machine which can construct other machines, which can calculate millions and millions of figures in split second, was invented by Alan Turing in the Second World War. They call it the Colossus or the bomb. They managed to break the German military code and shorten the war because of the Enigma machine and the computers which do all the calculations. A message can be interpreted millions of times. I don't think the human brain can do it. You can, but it will take you perhaps a lifetime before you come to the conclusion. But because the computer can calculate so many calculations in a split second, and they keep on improving now, we can do wonders. So life is possible. And the miniaturization, making things small. Nowadays they have transistors, they have the circuit, integrated circuit, and nowadays they're going for nanotechnology. These things will bring great things to the planet, to life on this planet. But it boils down to basically the desire of human beings to improve the way of life, which improve because of their curiosity, wanting to know things, and so on. I want to congratulate, therefore, organizers of this KIK and so on, for taking the initiative to exploit the potential, the inventiveness of our own people. Perhaps in a small way, perhaps, but there is your head. Some practical things. Sometimes I notice these things. I say to myself, very simple. Why didn't I think of it before? Only then after the invention, then you think, betul lah. I should have thought of it before. But it looks so simple. Including the ballpoint pen, the rolling ball in front of the pen. Because it is invented, I think, in the 1940s. The biro, they call it the biro. These are the things that we can invent, we can improve, and to improve our way of life. So once again, I congratulate Sarawak for having the initiative in front of other states in Malaysia, I think they're way behind us. Keep the record. But don't forget to have your invention patented, copyright patented. It might cost you, but in the end, you own the property rights or intellectual rights and so on. Don't invent something and don't have no exclusivity on it. So I would encourage, therefore, especially with this effective invention, to have that patented. It will take a long time, about a lot of money, but there you are, it will be safe for the future. So ladies and gentlemen, keep on inventing, keep on innovating. We want to improve our way of life. In terms of systems, improve your system, new system this, new system that. For instance, how can we patrol our forests, our huge forests, and catch people stealing timber if you then have drones and helicopters from above in the sky? If you depend on forest officers, they can only walk. They can only use a boat or something. But if you're in the sky, you see a bigger vision and perhaps even a more detailed vision. I can congratulate you, therefore. I think it was the Science who are purchasing, I think they're purchasing these drones and so on. So with the drones and so on, timber thieves, be very careful. So these are the things that you do, that we can do, increase systems, detection system, and so on, to improve our way of life for the future. So once again, I thank you all for having the innovation, innovative spirit, and invention. Perhaps minor, perhaps major, who knows? But then it will change the way of life of a society for the better. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I'm supposed to give some prizes or something. Huh, betul? I must give a prize to the person who started all this thing lah. I think you better give some prize to Dato' Ahmad Mausidi lah for reviving this sort of thing. Sekian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.